The fact that New Zealand has a seat on the UN Security Council, I think, places a certain special responsibility and a challenge to the government to try its best to defend the important values of democracy and liberalism, which are embodied not in Qatar or in Hamas or in PLO or Saudi Arabia, but in that little country in the middle of the Middle East called Israel, which is a true bastion of democracy, of liberalism, a country that tries its hardest to preserve and protect human rights, and is facing very, very formidable challenges because of its geographic position, because of the turmoil going on all around it in the Arab world. We're in a period of great uncertainty. We're in a period of chaos with problems like ISIS, the shambles that Iraq is, Syria, who knows what's going to happen there. And I could name a few, I could give you a long list of problems, and you want to do everything possible to protect and defend the one bastion of stability, of democracy, of human rights, a country that deserves New Zealand's support because of the shared values. So they can scream and yell apartheid, they can scream and yell disproportionate activity, and anything they want. Anyone who knows the story, who knows the context, and sees the reality, knows that there's only one country worthy of support in the Middle East, and that is the State of Israel. Don't be fooled by all sorts of claims that giving up territory at this point in time will be good for the Middle East, will bring peace. The Talmud tells us that after the destruction of the Second Temple, prophecy was given only to fools. So I'm going to take a risk of being called a fool and tell you, and in a sense warn you, that it's entirely likely that the day after the state of Palestine is declared, Hamas will take over in Ramallah, and then Israel will be caught in a pincers movement between a terrorist movement dedicated to its destruction. So don't run to put pressure on Israel to give up land, to make all sorts of concessions that will ultimately boomerang, primarily in our face, but also in your face. So just remember, this is not the time for concessions. This is a time to promote stability, to try and prop up and defend and strengthen the democratic regimes in the Middle East, to face Iran squarely and prevent it from getting nuclear capability, because they're a genocidal regime. Again, don't make the mistake of ignoring the enemies of Israel. Take them at their word. They're true believers, and as true believers, they openly speak about their intentions. Those countries who stand by, we're not even talking about supporting Iran, those countries who stand by, who do not apply the sanctions as they should to Iran, will regret it forever if, God forbid, those mullahs ever get a nuclear device. For the State of Israel to accede to the demands of the international community would be basically national suicide. And since that's not the Jewish way, we have absolutely no intention to do so. And I think that it's time to rethink the whole situation and realize there's only one country worthy of support. There's only one country that represents Western values in the Middle East. I would urge the New Zealand government to use its influence, to use its seat, to promote those values, to help the State of Israel, help defend the State of Israel, and cooperate with the State of Israel. And God bless both of us.